Hello, me. Just me right now. Let's go ahead and get the screen share going. Get some acoustic. Not some acoustic. I do have some royalty-free music I'm going to play, though. Trying something new. Gonna do a little drafting today. There's a lot of underdog stuff to draft today, specifically in the baseball streets, and I was just itching. I wasn't gonna stop drafting. Certainly not. So I figured, just dive in, man. Why not? Boom. Not bad custom layout. I gotta work on these, get some different custom layouts going, but for now, we'll do a little something like this. Get a cycle queued up. Get a Tuesday queued up. Need one more for a Tuesday. And I have some ranks in here currently. I'm probably not getting a lot of coal, but I just want to be cognizant of these three pitchers on this slate daily. Oh, I've also got a cash game coming in my inbox. Might have to register for that so you guys can see me take on the infamous Coach Nez, aka Dub City 814. The man, the myth, the legend himself. Yeah, we'll do one of those too. Need 4 in the cycle, but we're gonna draft some of these turn twos here. And there's been some changes in the starting pitchers that we're seeing, so that's gonna be interesting. Do they even have that new pitcher on here? No, they do not. Not that I'm taking him anyways. I just want to see his name and look at his stats. Mike Mayers. Oh, he's in here. Okay. Caught up from AAA. This just makes me want to take Tigers even more, who have already been a little undervalued. Yeah, I'm just like still struggling with these projections that are out today. I'm not sure what's changed since the pitching changes, but man, to me, it doesn't line up with my eye test. I mean, Marlins makes sense at the top. All right, I'm on the clock here. I haven't seen Strider make it to 6 yet, so Soler going 4th, that checks out. I'm on the clock in my cash game too with Coach Mike over here. I'll share that one too. I'm just gonna go Kelnick. I don't think I can really go wrong stacking Mariners today. But do I want to do the few and go all out, or do I want to mix them up a little bit? I typically don't do the onslaughts anymore, truthfully, but all right, here's the cash game. We like to do these little 3-mans with my dad and his friends just for fun. And we've got the cycle going over here. This just filled up, thank God. taking fourth there, going up against Brad. All right. Over here, we're going full bully. Yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do here. I'm gonna wait because these guys are. I'm assuming they're gonna be. Yeah, these guys seem to be stacking over here, so that's gonna open up some value. All right, we'll go 3-man Astros in this cash game here. That feels pretty safe. They're one of the stacks, the rankings or projections that I agree with the Astros being third in projections as far as team stacking goes. Tigers are not far behind. Tigers are now 5th. I think they were always pretty highly ranked. Let me check the trusty notebook. Tigers went from 9th ranked stack to 5th, according to the bat. Yeah, Jorge Soler. See, like, these guys, they just draft the players they know. Over here, right? Like, it's only 3-mans, but I'm not about to get into strategy of how to take advantage of your loved ones in a cash game lobby. Let's not get that sweaty. All right. So in the cycle, I think this is where I am gonna. I said earlier I was not gonna be taking pitcher, but in the cycle, I want to sure up that pitcher. And I'll take Strider over here. Easy peasy. All right. Mike Trout being available. Okay. Sure. And now I think I will just like load up on Mariners from here. That seems to be the way to go. Take this one off and then do a 4-1. 4-1s are still pretty profitable, so still trying to feel out optimal. On these big slates, right, it doesn't feel like there's a true optimal. I think you do have to do a fair share of getting weird plus mixing in like the high projecting players such as the Coors game with the Marlins and the Rockies, but a lot of leverage in fading that as well. Well, not necessarily the Rockies. There's really not too many people taking Colorado, so freely available. And the projections, for whatever reason, getting mixed up is strange. Like Brenton Doyle will have a projection, but why does nobody else have one? Just seems weird. Have I tracked my results with onslaughts? I haven't tracked each individual lineup and its performance. Probably a good idea to do so. But I've tracked in May the winning lineups, and up until like last week, it was primarily onslaughts of like 4-1s and 5-0. Oh boy. Yeah. Astro, like I think you kind of have to think about these in like combinations, right? And how you want to, and what you want to do with these, with the high owned stuff, because you do have to get unique. You really do. You can't. Everybody's going to onslaught every team, and by everybody I mean enough people are doing it that it's no longer a unique strategy. Like it is weird, like Brad's saying in the chat, like, yeah, Colorado, for whatever reason, it should be so much bigger than it currently is. Or so much higher owned than it currently is. We love Yuri Perez, who's is he seriously? Who still is not in the player pool. This is his third start not being in the player pool. He's really nothing to be afraid of. I'll go Eugenio here, and this will be the Teoscar home run game, and I'm not taking him. All right, almost on the clock here. A lot of good folks in this in this cycle, and our first two infielders come off the board there. Sharp room stuff. I am gonna do my double fly or the big fly here in a second. My double entry. I just want to get my feet wet again, since I took a couple hours off. So now I need to figure out how to draft again. Yeah, Viper going with the Padres stack. Okay. Brian De La Cruz feels really good there. No, I think I'm going to go Tucker. I don't know. I'm drawn to the Astros right now. And I think I can get with Altuve, Bregman, like, guys typically make it back. And I do really like to stack in the cycle. I think that's probably more apt to do so in the cycle with the 12-person drafts than in the 6-person. I think it's a little bit easier to get away with. Judge, Cruz, Rizzo. Okay. Rizzo, it scares me. I think I need to not completely fade Anthony Rizzo. I always do, though, is the thing. I rarely play Anthony Rizzo. Oh, someone took Altuve. Well, that makes my job easier. No, who else? Yeah, I'm not really worried about Colin Rea. We can look at his plate IQ versus the Astros. It's not pretty. All right. And now see, we just saw Freezer. So Freezer's clearly taking Strider 101. He did not in another draft, but yeah, that's kind of odd. All right, let's take a look at this plate IQ for Colin Rea versus the Astros. And let's do all right. That's all he has is this season. Well, not a large sample size, obviously, but it's just his top 4, right? And maybe Abreu, just because he's surrounded by these other producers that he'll get there, but I'd probably rather take a shot on Jeremy Pena than Abreu if I'm stacking Astros. All right, we see Altuve. We see Olsen. See, this is more like in line with where I am. So I'm not going to take Darvish here because that'd be silly. But we are going to take Tatis because if you can get Tatis and Judge, that feels like something you should do. Den, what up, son? Oh, let me get you out of plate IQ. I'm all over the place. Over here, we got Judge and Tatis. That's the main slate, the six person drafts. Over here, working on a cycle here with some sharp folks. Not to completely dox who they're taking, but you get a good look. Like Christopher Morel going at pick 31 here to Jay Pitts. He will sometimes go undrafted on the main. Got 29 ADP, so he's creeping up. I really just want to see where Morel comes out in the lineup. I think McGill being in over Senga is pretty big. So I will see where that comes out at as far as projections go. In the meantime, I am going to take you, Darvish. A lot of righties in Washington. So he just feels like a really nice third pitcher off the board, especially with it's chalky, but I don't think Judge and Tatis is going to happen very often. So I just want to lock this down with something I feel comfortable with. Is the thought process there. Call me a coward, but I think that's kind of like the way to go. If anybody wants to draft football, let me know. I could always sneak in a BBM. All right, so Brandon Drury going over here. Interesting. I don't know that I would do that. I don't know that I will have much Brandon Drury, to be honest. But that could be my downfall today. That's the game we play, baby. Yeah, Miguel is obviously a huge downgrade from Senga. If you just look at this season, we can do 22 to 23 because he's definitely had better outings, but he's bad against lefties. So we like Hap. Is Talkman in play today? Is that so? Really? Huh. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to look at his Fangraphs page because I do not know him. All right, so this is the cycle. I'm gonna take Charlie Blackmon. Let's get some points. And on the main slate here, Kyle Tucker and Pete Alonso make it back to us. Sure. A ton of lineups have just come out. I don't think any major surprises as far as hit batters go, but we can take a look. All right, so Rays is none of our concern. Here's the Royals. Witt cleanup. Melendez 5th. Olivares. Some interesting names here. Definitely want to keep the Royals in mind. You can probably play a few today against the Tigers. Because on the mound for Detroit, I am totally blanking. It is pulling up on my plate IQ over here. Eduardo Rodriguez. Yeah, he's had a pretty good season. Maybe don't do that. But you got to get unique, man, at the same time. All right, let's ignore the FUD that I'm casting and everybody's casting. I mean, the facts really around the Padres. We'll build a Padres stack there. And over here, continuing the Rockies stack, but I am getting sniped left and right. Shout out Brad. Thorn in my side. Oh, he's also building it, so I can't be too mad. Okay. Yeah, like getting two of the top stacks today on a 12-person draft feels pretty nice. Call me crazy. Eduardo Escobar batting second for the Mets. Okay. Vientos hitting fifth. Oh, where have you gone, Starling Marte? Blue Jays, none of our concern, right? Yeah, they play the Rays. Rangers, none of our concern, but against Rich Hill, what you would expect. Orioles, what we would expect. Frazier batting fifth is really funny to me because he just is a noodle, but he's hitting the ball. Yeah, Hassan Kim batting second intrigues me quite a bit. So this is who we're going up against in for Yu Darvish. He should probably be going higher. Here's who they're putting up against Bradish. Willie Calhoun is a DH for the Yankees in May of 2023. That is intriguing. Yeah, Numi, your boy Escobar finally getting in the lineup, getting high in the lineup, I should say. Okay. No, I feel like I need a stack. Actually, I'm almost done in my cycle, so let's go ahead and reg for a big fly. I haven't done any entries here yet, so if you want to draft with me, I need 5 more. And then we will queue up a pick'em as well. Little $5 pick'em. Just treat them like daily entries, you know. You know, if you turn a $5 draft into 30, you know, like what have you done? You have basically created a top 40 lineup, which is not easy to do. Well, that's the cycle. That was if you did a $9. But to turn, if you do like a pick 3 in the pick'ems, you know, it's basically like a top 30 finish in the main slate. No, that's tough. Okay. I don't think I'm going to do any more Rockies, and I don't really like any Astros left. Like Corey Julks had a Corey Julks game, the one every 2 months. Okay. I need to see this Tigers starting lineup before I make any decisions. Oh no, I need an infielder. Oh boy. Dansby Swanson. I want a Cub versus Miguel. What if one-off Dansby Swanson's the guy you need? Yeah, I feel similar. Okay. Let's build out one of these. And we'll go to daydreaming on the old tunes there. Oh, Escobar. Ridiculous numbers versus Drew Smiley. I like this so much. That feels pretty good to me. All right, I'm going to take a look at the bats updated projections after these pitching changes have gone through. Nothing significant. Cubs are still high. Brewers are higher than I remember. Angels are just not projecting well as a stack. And neither are the Braves. What is up with that? I'm having trouble grasping that. They're not even in LA, right? Like they're at home. That to me is just like really puzzling. See what the old sports books are saying about that game. So DraftKings is saying over 4.5 at minus 125. The other teams that are projected 4.5 runs today, um, not the Phillies, but they're not on our slate. The Yankees are there, just slightly different odds there. Padres 4.5 as well. Astros have slightly better odds, implied odds, I should say. Tigers have the same odds, and they project pretty well. Red Sox have the same odds, and Mariners have slightly above average odds. So I am having trouble buying into the Bobby Miller hype steam. What can you even call that? The fear? Yeah, I'm not going to fear Bobby Miller, I don't think. Uh, on top of that, when you look at the batter props over here too, Matt Olson plus 310 to homer today. Acuna plus 320 to homer today. Ozuna is always like one of the better ones to homer, which is kind of odd. 425. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I do not think I am going to fade the Braves. Feels kind of silly. But you can full on stack them though is the thing. There's nothing here that is like that you need to reach for at all. Still waiting for 3 over here in the big fly. Come on through. This is super fun. A 1 in 90 shot at 1K. That's pretty cool. All right, let's get the pick'ems pulled up. I'm going to start here. I like this. I just talked about the Braves and how we're not scared at all. I am scared of Austin Riley, though. I am scared of counting on him to do something. I think I don't play the hit runs ribbies pick'ems much. I think I'm going to do a higher there. Acuna single. God. I don't ever hit those. I don't play them, I should say. I wish these were different. Eovaldi on the lower on 6Ks is actually really sneaky. As you can see here, he struck out 12 athletics in a damn near complete game, but 5 against the Braves, 5 against the Angels, and of course he's going against the mighty Pirates. So I'm not going to bet against the Pirates. Arr, JCP ruins my idea. All right, I'll go Strider. So based on the bats projections, not to give away all of the goods, but why I like Eovaldi. One, I like to fade team. People going against my favorite team. He projects less than 6Ks, and the Pirates don't strike out a ton. Um, Jay, dude, no, never afraid, never afraid. Okay, we're back up. I wish Soler would have made it to me. That would have been really nice. Okay, let's go with build a Red Sox stack. I think I need to do Ronald Acuna higher on the singles. That will somewhat correlate there. Yeah, let's do this. I don't normally do the singles, but we'll go higher on Alonso, higher on Riley, lower on Eovaldi, higher on Acuna, and higher on Marte, just for funsies. I'll do a couple more of those. Okay, Brett Boyd building out a Jordan, Fernando, Altuve, pretty nice. Okay, let's go Kelnick, man. Kelnick is very legit. It feels kind of bad to not just like take Mariners every single draft right now for me. I'm having a lot of trouble coming off the fact that the the Athletics are just garbage, man. It just seems really simple, right? Just stack against and print. Let's see, Cal Raleigh. Uh, does he have home run odds up? I don't think so. Are they projecting him to not play? Ah, no home run odds yet to kind of leverage. And I'm still looking for a Tigers lineup, and they keep getting thrown into loops by the Royals. So it doesn't look like we have a Tigers lineup just yet. Okay, back on the clock here. I think I need to ease up on Cal Raleigh. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. Yeah, we'll go Verdugo first. Hasn't done much as of late, but going up against Griffin Canning, are you kidding me, JCP? Come on, bruh. Come on, Brett. I know I got you queued up, but come on, Brett. Do me some favors here. Two more over here. Hmm. There's just so many different ways to go about this today. And Freeman just like always being there, just and I don't want to take him against Strider, but just kind of feels like something you do. You just take Freddie Freeman. It just is a little too easy. Mm. I do want more Astory Ruiz against Marco Gonzalez too. So maybe I'll do a Astory Ruiz one off, and we will go with Eugenio Suarez here, and I'll go with Ruiz potentially over there. No, actually, I don't think I can. I'll tell you why. Because Verdugo is likely a sub 20-point ceiling. Kelnick can get me in ceiling. So can Devers. So do I need? I probably don't need to shoot the moon. Hmm. Mullins is kind of interesting, I will say. Uh, Hitting at the top of the order. I know it's Garrett Cole, but He's been so hot. And the thing with Cole is, yeah, he's elite, but it's more so like the macro of Garrett Cole than what he gives you game to game. Game to game, like in a vacuum. I don't know that you take Garrett Cole over everybody, um, depending on the matchup. He just so like for best ball purposes and season long purposes, you take him because he's just consistent and he's gives you so many innings and he's you can count on him and he's not going to kill you. But on these micro slates, will he will more often than not give up like early homers. He hasn't done that a lot this year, but that's kind of his MO in the past. So Numi dropped the nugget that we've got some reverse splits ish going on with Griffin Canning. So I will take Justin Turner. I think this will be somewhat unique. All right. Cubbies dropped. Larnick, because he's sick on the IL. Gosh, get well soon. And Morel hitting fifth. That's good news. Yeah, I agree, Keith Owen. Finally. Wisdom buried Talkman. Did Talkman used to be a Yankee? Is that what he was? 32-year-old lefty. He was a Rocky, then the Yankees. Okay. Yeah, nothing to write home about. Does he have insane splits? Is he just going off against righties in his career? No, he has reverse splits. Okay. Based on my analysis, he is clearly the one off you need today because I don't want to have him. But this is fun to play with. Mervis. How many plate appearances does he have in his big league career so far? I know he was just brought up. 50 plate appearances, striking out a bunch. Okay. I do think that's fun though because it's a guy that we know has hit in the past in his minor league career, and because he's hitting ninth, he is a stacking partner. But he's not going to get the plate appearances, so you just need him to run super hot. Not the best way to play it, but we see so often where few and others are getting there to first just because they stack, and when they stack, it forces them to take these guys that nobody else takes. So it's like, yeah, stacking is winning, but we need to think of it from DFS principles. Like, why is that stacking winning? Well, yes, they are stacking. That in and of itself is a principle because there's obviously correlation there with hitting runners in, etc. But the real lever that they're pulling is the uniqueness and the leverage that they get on ownership. That is what's truly vaulting them. It's not that nobody knows to stack. It's it's the player selection. It's the ownership. And how do you get there? By not stacking and just letting the room dictate who you pick because that's what's happening. More often than not, what is happening is they are getting sniped and being forced to take other players. You can kind of do that same thing, reverse engineer it, do it on purpose, where you're saying, "Give me the bottom of the Mariners order," or get crazier, "Give me the bottom of the Cubs order," for instance, like with Mervis. You give yourself Wisdom, Yan Gomes, Mervis paired with Otani and Trout, and that is extremely unique. And the only other people that are taking Wisdom, Gomes, and Mervis are probably taking Morel, Suzuki, Hap, etc. with them. So it feels like guessing is the only problem when you do it that way. When you don't do it the stacking way, it feels like you're just straight guessing. But doing onslaughts lately has only been min caching for me lately. Two more over on the $50. I'm just going to go ahead and reg for the next one as well. I'm going to stream for a few more drafts and then I'm going to go take a walk, do some outdoor drafting. Feels bad to just draft in these four walls all day. Okay. We'll do the Jordan thing. Hopefully the Kyle Tucker thing as well. Mm, thank you, Numi. No, god damn it. We'll do the Jorge Soler Jordan thing instead. And then I will queue these guys up, my studs, and then we will do a one off. And maybe that one off will be Colorado. Here is that Rockies lineup. Charlie Blackman with Profar, Elias Diaz, Randall Grichuk is interesting, Brennan Doyle. Perez could set a record tonight. Doing what, Mr. Slop? I wonder. Doing what? He's in he's in the Rocky Mountains. I'm not sure what kind of record he's going to set up there. Am I a dog guy for the walks? If I'm drafting, it's tough with the dog. He has a mind of his own. I have to be very intentional. I mean, I draft every time I take him on a walk. Who am I kidding? But he's a handful. If I'm going to walk and draft him, I gotta be I gotta be careful. All right. Cardinals lineup is none of our business. Neither is the Rays lineup. I need that Tigers lineup like I need air to breathe. Okay, let's take a look at the board here. Matt Olson, this is pretty nutted. Don't do it, Brad. I've been writing down stacks and stuff in this little handy dandy notebook. It's very artsy. It's not like line paper, so I can just kind of freelance in there, write out some good intentions for the day, what I plan on doing, winning. But it helps. The mind writing stuff down, the mind to the hand connection is real. Yeah, I wonder what the most K's and cores is because that's certainly what it means. But I don't know. At the end of the day, it's cores. So yeah, Altuve looks pretty good so far. Coming back, it's nice to play Oakland when you come back, but his eye for the plate is still good. He had a double. The hand stuff, I just always worry about the power. But we haven't seen Altuve obviously yet. So the stolen bases is another thing that I'm really curious how aggressive he is on the base paths because he has speed. Let me get this, please. Oh, Jared Walsh. Okay, here's an onslaught with a Soto one off. That's unique. Soto as the one off is pretty unique. I know I'm not looking to take Soto with the lefty lefty matchup today, personally. Oh, yeah, trust me. The sleeping giant, Kerry Bonds, man. That Tigers lineup is like actually like I don't want to say good, but they're not embarrassing. John Gray has the record at 16. Yeah, that's impressive, man. Holy shit. That's fine. Now, this is what I've been trying to do this like all day. First time I've actually gotten it, and I don't want to ruin it. Man, Brian Bello has been dealing, but like that feels so bad to take him there. I hope I don't regret this. I'm gonna take Cobb, and I'm gonna try again for this. And next time, what I might do, um, mm, get a different one off other than Jorge Soler, and do like Jordan with a better pitcher. Oh, they're pesky. They're pesky, all right. All right, I'm gonna go for a walk. This was a fun little trial, doing a little solo stuff. Probably not the best time of day, probably not the best sport to draft, but I think I will likely just like come on here more often and just like chill. And even if it is just like a handful of viewers, so what? But thanks for hanging out for 40 minutes and drafting. I'm still waiting for two people for my big fly. So if you want to come and join me there, that'll be fun. But otherwise, see you guys tomorrow.